still humming. Guns and Roses bumping through a 12 in the floor. I don't need.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go from Houston. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff. Wow, that is going to set a tone for what could be a very physical game. On play action. Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 29. That one good for 29.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good.
Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
That's to the running back, Amarian Hampton. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
15 yards and leads to third down.
From the gun, here's Stroud, and that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And he's going to have a Texans first down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's first and goal. Stroud, this one caught at the 4, to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Texans. His 6th touchdown now for the season. The extra point is good, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Right to the air goes Ward. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Come on. Mikey, 18, 5 in. 60 average, 60.
From the gun, here's Ward. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Titan first down.
18 Rattler. Out of the gun, Ward.
He finds Bell. That's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Here we go. Track 19. Tiger 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. Going for it all. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. And the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ballgame. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. First reception for the man who enters the week as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. This one, good for a first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run, and here's Amarian Hampton. And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
Ball
second
right
and
on
2.
the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 2. Back to throw. Stroud. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he will go all the way. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Houston. The PAT, up and good. And the Texans move out on top, 14-0.
Titans, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken just shy of the goal line. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line.
14-yard line.
19 Lions. Ready. 70 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Now, first down throw for Wolf. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That the former Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson, getting in to record his 9th sack of the year. Looking to throw, it's Ward. This is intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Texans take over first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On first down, it's Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Here's Stroud. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an...
And he's in! Omarion Hampton! Touchdown, Texans! Making 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. The extra point is good. And the Texans will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
Finding room across midfield. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll stay on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Try again. It's second and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
To throw is Ward. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
It is third and 10.
Good. Dragon 60. Mustang 19.
Throwing, Ward. Now for the third time in the first quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Notre Dame. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. One quarter in the books. It's the Texans who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. It's Texans football. Quarter number 2 begins as they are set to start the drive with first and 10. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. He's got it! And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. That covered 73 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And he's got another one. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Houston. That is 3 touchdowns in this one, and he's up to 11 on the season. The extra point is up and through, and the Texans are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll show him the sideline, out of bounds, getting back to the 20-yard line.
Here we go. 70,
On first down, Ward. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And that was lead to a second down.
18, 5 here.
Here's Ward. That one's incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They're going to give the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
And he will score again. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Texans. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Texans stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Kalen Fuller. And he is going to score. A pick-6 for the touchdown. The kicking team on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans keep widening that lead. It is now 42-0.
Titans, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
Room to run at the 35. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
And the Titans first down.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. C.J. Gardner-Johnson from the back makes the play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a designed run. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Come on. 679 Broncos.
Throwing is Ward. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down.
19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
They are going for it. It's Ward. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Titans, nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Look, press all 80. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
On 1st and 10, Ward. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Here's 1st and 10.
16 yards.
Let's go now.
1st down, Titans.
18. 5 here. 60 Maverick. 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Now it's Ward. Escaping to his left. And more of the same. Another interception. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown.
The kicker on.
A big play for the defense to get on the board. Quarterback trying to keep that play going. Instead, sees it go back the other way.
And the quarterback's doing a nice job of keeping his eyes down the field, but he doesn't sense the pressure. And I think that pressure, Mike, is what caused that errant pass. And not only does it lead to the turnover, but it leads to the pick 6.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Steady. Steady.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he gets this up close to the 40. Cameron Bynum up from the secondary to make the play. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down for Tennessee. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On the 6.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Right back to the fullback. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Cameron Bynum up from the secondary to make the play.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
This offense just can't buy a third down conversion right now, Mike, and if you're not going to have a lot of explosive plays, that's just not a formula for success. The ability to sustain drives, maintain possession, that's a critical factor in scoring points in the NFL, and so far this has been about as bad as it gets.
Okay, it's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
Warriors 70. Curve 19. Curve 19.
They snap it to Ward. That's incomplete. Daring ball on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
So I'm not sure if this is miscommunication or just bad execution, but either way, this is a ball that just needs to be completed. I mean, it's fourth down, money moment. You've got to be good in these critical situations, and when there's opportunities for plays to be made, you got to make them.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Play fake. Now Ward to throw. Throwing right. It's taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. They get 15 on that game. That's good for a Titan first down. Back to throw is Ward. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. They'll be their second, as they'll stop with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
19, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Play action. Ward. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
Second and 10.
Here we go, 18, Pioneer, Cowboy 80, Panther 11, Panther 11, 19 Lions. Ready?
Again, it's Ward. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their first points of the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
79 Broncos.
Throwing on third down, Ward. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And that's well done by the kicking team, who's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Ready.
The third quarter begins with a run. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
From the gun, here's Ward. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Third and long. Here's Ward. And that is incomplete.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
41-yard line.
On play action. Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Here we go. 118.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Stroud to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. Stroud going to set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. They'll go. It's Stroud. That's taken in. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Texans. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game.
63. Titans.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60. Here we go. Set. Hiking it.
Now, first down throw for Ward. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 9.
79 Broncos. Not Cougar 19. 18 Rattler. Go.
Out of the gun, Ward. Now thrown deep for Bell. And he's just thrown ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Kalen Bullock. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's Stroud. That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Houston. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year.
He's lined up one-on-one, and it's a mismatch from the very beginning. He's just so fast, so big. He's kind of part tight end, part wide receiver, and when you have that type of skill set, it's just going to be hard to stop.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
65 6. Here we go.
Up the middle they go. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range, but for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
To the right side here, pass is caught, and he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down for Tennessee. Shotgun snap for Wolf. A toss left side, caught by his running back, and they'll take this down inside the 35. That is sweet. Gain of 16 on back-to-back plays. And another first down. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Panther 11. Ready. Stop it. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Throwing is Ward. And that is incomplete.
We had a chance to sit down with the defensive coaches the other day, and we asked them, give us a few key points for today's game. And the first thing out of their mouth, Mike, what was it? It was, we got to get off the field on third down. Well, here we are in the second half, and they've done just that. Right now, this offense has no answers on third down.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Titans cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Real quick. Maybe on that rap to pay the bills. And now I'm fit it. Not even a little bill. Oh, Lord.
Bucky. Here we go.
They'll go play action with Stroud. This one intercepted. Picked off by Jacob Harris. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
They'll take over first down 10 at the 31-yard line.
Come on. Set 18, Panther 60.
On play action, it's Ward. He'll find his receiver. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making...
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
At the 18-yard line.
Now it's Ward. On the run to the right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Here comes 2nd and 4.
60 Bison.
To throw is Ward. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Will Anderson. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Ward. That is brought in at the 10. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes 4th down.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
70 Lions.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he will have the first down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off with 1st and goal. Moving to his right. Under pressure, now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
For the end zone, but it's batted away. Incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's 3rd and goal.
19, come on.
He'll try to run for it, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. No reason not to go for it at this point. They will on 4th and goal.
Bronco 80.
And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 15-yard line. A About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he's taken down up past the 35. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
118.
Throwing is Stroud. He'll find his man. That's Jaden Higgins. And he will score. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Texans. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. No problems there on the extra point, and the Texans add on to their already sizable lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. On first down, it's Ward. Flush to his right. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Will Anderson, he gets in to record his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
18, Roger, 18, Red.
From the gun, here's Ward. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. So it's a win here for the Texans. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.